pani to pata ni television ale pada baba dia no just right. Baba like too much television on the when we get custom that we been trouble. Just put some of that chairs on me. Not a big one. Who is that? Dave. Fine. Nobody can remember we I want to go back and read it, right?
No. Just a general. Nothing much. Out of this.
I want to go back and read things that I did, you know?
It's flowers.
I know both of them, but when it comes to this, EJ, what? We have found from it. It's my feeling. I see black and white and bottom. I never seen far. Chinese? A Chinese?
Yeah.
You just can't find this thing, well?
This is Chinese side.
And these are making it married, right?
And do you remember?
I'm just trying to remember.
Correct.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
Kacheli Bhagavashri Vrindavan Bihari Lahaki Jayanaji's. If I may understand, invite one and all for a few minutes. As we join together, as we join our hands, we bow our heads, we close our eyes as we pay our obeisance to Bhagavan. As the opportunity arises for us to join together to make an appeal to Bhagavan on behalf of that great, we all join together with the stomach upright and we chant. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. He Ram. He Ram. He Ram. हमें दया करो ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ओम श्री गुरु चरणकमलये भ्यो नमः नमः ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटि सूर्य समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरम् गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री गुरुचरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वर्णो रघुवर विमल यश जोध्याविक फलचाम बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुध विद्या देव मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण। एक बार बोलो श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय जी। A very warm and cordial welcome and it is everywhere. Where at this point, members of the family is in that state of shock. And more so, these undertakings that all of us at some point in time will of course have to The opportunity only arises through the grace and blessings of the Bhagwan devotees. And many a times we may not like the outcome or result, if I should say, when things like this happen. But if we were to travel through Independence Street and inquire from every house, if perchance there was not a birth or a death in that home, and then come back and say, our home should not have a death. It is the jugglery of Maya devotees. It is this samsara, this bhausagar, that all of us get entangled. That's right. I said if I had followed this gentleman people, I would have reached it 2 minutes after 7. Trying to do it. So I know immediate detour, so I realized I was put myself in trouble if I did that. So I continued on the rivulet and I went up from behind. So the devotees that I was saying, to tradition, to culture, to spirituality, these things must happen. Many of us are not fortunate like Baba and myself to put on our stone hat. You know, sometimes when you go to the funeral, I recently did my Mosi funeral. I said it openly. If you are not able to put on the stone hat, you cannot perform. I'm not saying I'm stone hearted. I'm not stone hearted. But there comes a time when you have to put fear and everything, push it aside, and ensure that you can undertake your duty. In this family, I know there, but I don't know the children. So I cannot say if there's much boys, much girls. But tonight, 2 boys, 1 girl. 2 boys, 1 girl. Thank you very much. And I commonly call my good friend Bihari. So devotees. It is a very long katha. If it comes up on it, Manishi, myself, Patsiji, Gitaji, and all the sisters, including the eldest, who sit right in front of me. I grew up in front of a lot of them, and some of them grew up in front of me. But the respect is there, and that is important to me. And devotees, sometimes we find ourselves in this dilemma. Why should I find myself tempted to these offerings? Is it important? Is it not important? Katha will tell us, devotees, that it is important. Scriptural injunction will tell us who is prescribed to do the offerings. And don't get me wrong when I say that, because many times we hear, even some of our colleagues, that the ladies should not do the offering. Wrong, devotees. And I can challenge that one. Because it is in Garud Puran, it is also in Malkandi Puran, that if there is no one and there is a daughter in the home who is unmarried, then she has the opportunity to do offerings. If she is married and she has a son, well, then she's beaten to the point where the son is the most important one at that point to do the offerings. But we go through that later. Tonight, devotees, all of us are invited to join. We chant simple bhajan kirtan, making the appeal to Bhagwan for that great travel. And I'm saying great, I'll explain that later as well. That travel of the plate on its onwards journey to either Yamlok or to Vishnu Bhagwan Lok. And to cross those 16 cities of Narak, which all of us will have to cross someday. Not the body, but the Atma. So tonight, devotees, we all join and we make up to Bhagwan as I invite one another to a simple bhajan kirtan. All of us, I'm sure that we do it. We can join together and make that up. Aaj andhere में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमकाते भगवान। भक्त रहे हमरा अधिकारी, भगवन राधिकारी। करम करम पर किरण दिखारे, भगवन किरण दिखारे। इन अतियन को प्रभु करारे, ज्योति से पहचान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमकारे भगवान। हम तो हैं संतान तिहारे, प्रभु संतान तिहारे। हम अधिकार दुनिया होई सुखी हमारी, ऐसा भी भरदार। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। आज अंधेरे में है हम इंसान, ज्ञान का सूरज चमका दे भगवान। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय शरणम। Once again, devotees, आपका स्वागत है. A very warm and cordial welcome to one and all to this evening of satsang. I know through the medium of this family and the extended family that they will try their best to their ability to have satsang so we can be a bit informed of what we do and how we do it. Devotees tonight, I will choose simple, lengthy, but I will try my utmost in a nutshell to bring Katha to one and all to at least share it with you. Of Ayodhya Khan, where sometimes people say, Baba, you're going back and read it. The home already have a debt. and we are going to read about death. It's the only time we understand what is death. Almost the closure of Qatar tonight from two Siddhas, Ramcharit Manas, we will understand what is really death. But tonight, devotees, Shriram, Mata Sita, and Lakshmanji had made the way into the forest. And whilst all that was taking place, the Raja Dashrath, he was about to breathe his last breath. And prior to that, he explained to Mata Kaushalya that his behavioral pattern, even before he was married, where as a Kshatriya, and don't get me wrong, devotees, I try not to get into the caste system. That brings about argument and pain and all of these things, and I try to stay away from it as much as possible. We all have our duties to perform, and that is important. Perform your duty. Don't worry too much about another person's duty. Let them perform their work. And that's as much as I would say concerning the caste system. Being a Kshatriya, this Katha was told to Kaushalya before the passing of Raja Dashrath. And he spoke of all his youthful days and the behavioral pattern and the tradition of a Kshatriya to defend his country, his land, his city, and even the sport of hunting. He explained in detail to Mata Kaushalya what took place in that forest when Sarwan Kumar was shot by his arrow, the arrow of Raja Dashrath, and the shrap he received on that auspiciously. And the mother and father, they put the shrap on Dashrathji. That today we are dying in grief for our son. The day will come, this thing will happen to you. See, Kadmari devotees, in social media, we see a lot of things, we hear a lot of things, and we read a lot of things. And they say karma is like a certain word I will not use that comes back to you. But karma have a boomerang effect. What you throw out comes back to you. And Raja Dashrath had that ability. If he heard a sound and he were to mount his bow with an arrow, that arrow will hit its target. And because of that burden, that boon, but it was also a blessing, devotees. And when he told the Katha to Kaushalya, he explained, today I am reaping that benefit of my action. The reward of my action is not there. And there is no way I can do anything to look at the feet of Sri Rama again, because he is in the forest. And prior to that, the asking of the two Bhardan, the two boon that Kekahima was also promised, brings about this kata. So it's a very long kata. I will try my utmost in a nutshell because I want to go into Srimad Bhagavad Gita for probably 1 verse or 2. And a little out of the Garuda Puran, which will take us up just about an hour and 50 minutes. I'll try not to do more than that. Anyway, tonight the family will be waking, and I don't want to make too much noise for police to come. Mahasabha the Katha of Ayodhya Kanarats, Siviji, to chant for us a bhajan, and we make preparation of the wonderful Tulsidas Goswamiji in his explanation of these wonderful katha. So tonight devotee will be joining with the bhajan kirtan chanting, and then we dive into our wonderful katha for tonight. एक बार बोल वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. Devotees, that's a explain in a nutshell the katha that took place. And the passing of Raja Dashrath You know, the effects is in the school when someone passes away, like what has taken place for this couple of days. And your Nitya Karma is suspended. It is said the offering of jal and lighting of diya by your jandi is suspended. But sometimes one may question, at this point in time when I really need Bhagwan in my life, what should I do? And it is said that Sanatanists Hindus in Dharma, we find that space to explain these things. So our offerings is done to the southerly direction, our Tilanjali, our Pinda, so forth. I know Panaji will guide this one very, very auspiciously for these offerings. Then we face the east and we do our offerings to Surya Bhagwan. And I told you, we need Bhagwan in our life at this point. The passing of Raja Dashrath. It is said that Ayodhya get to that point where it was grim. The energy was turned from being bright into a dull energy, a negative side of Ayodhya. But even before the passing of Raja Dashrath devotees, that energy had left. If Prabhu Shri Ram is really that light and life of Ayodhya, wherever he is, Ayodhya is here. And he had already left Ayodhya at the death of Raja Dashrath, his maternal father. In Doha, we hear what took place. Vashishta Muni Samaya Sama O Rama Kahi Anaki Itihas. Sukhanavaru Sabha Hikara O Bhaksarasiya Pati Ramachandra Jiti Jai Sharanam Taba Vashishta Muni Sama Samaya Sama. Vashisht Muni devotees, this guru of this village is narrating that this gloom that hung over Ayodhya Puri, the only thing to brighten Ayodhya now will be spiritual wisdom. And this guru of this lineage of Surya Vanch, this boat was made out of wood and filled with oil. The body was put into that for a period of time. And everyone was wondering what is going to take place. What is going to happen? Is Sri Ram coming back to Ayodhya Puri to cremate his father? It is said that the duty led on the shoulder of the eldest son. And then someone again might question, Baba, why the eldest? There's other sons. Or if there's no sons, then what will be your situation? In the lineage of a family devotees, the eldest son is the one to take the mantle and carry forth that image. If for some reason he's not available, then another one should carry that image. And it is explained by Vishish Muni to all who were sitting there that if Shri Ram is not available, Bharat and Shatrughan is by their Nana. So I want you all to go. At least one person accompany Sumant. But Sumant, I am asking you, when you go to the Nana home of Bharat and Shatrughan, just let him know that I sent for him. Don't utter another word. Because if he knows what is taking place in Ayodhya, he will not come. And Sumant, that noble servant devotees, I don't know what's happening these days. But I remember in the days of my guru and the grandfather of Pandit Munishji, when you give your word, you stand to your word. When you say yes, you mean yes, and if death comes, you still say yes. One moment you say yes, the next moment you say I know. The following moment you say, well, maybe I will try. This is not dharma, devotees. Dharma is taught in the scripture of Sri Ramcharitmanas, where when you give your word, you stand to your word. And Bharat was sent for. He accompanied from the moment he heard that my guru sent for me. He prayed to Ganesh Bhagwan. He invoked the blessings of Ganesh Bhagwan. And he joined that chariot together with his brother in Chaupai. We hear what took place.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai
Ekani samajai, Vasa samajai, Yehi vidhi Bharat nagaru nairai.
Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Guru Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai
Asaguna hohim nagara pathara. Asaguna hohim nagara pathara. Radahim kumhadi Udhita karara.
Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Jai
Ayodhyapati Ramchandra ki Jai Sharanam. Every moment on that chariot seems like a year. It seems very heavy. Trying to reach Ayodhya Puri, Bharat is so excited. What could my guru send for me for? Today, Bhaiya. In those days that passed and gone, when for you, you work. And more than that, when parents send for you, you'll make all effort. Today, I go one another day. The one who they give everything they do. It's happening. He only heard of his guru and he mounted that chariot together with his younger brother. And they eager to reach to Ayodhya Puri. And the more they are nearing to this city of Ayodhya, this beautiful area, he's looking around and everything is seen to be very dark and gloomy. You know, like today, to look at the weather and look at the place. And he's asking Satruhan, Hibai, how is things looking not humble, polite? Why it feels like a disease? And we are going through a disease right now. This pandemic is a disease. He's saying that it looks like a disease has taken the garden, the trees, even this wonderful rivers and streams. The water is not flowing. The stream seems to be very calm and contaminated. What is happening, Satruhanji? Why are we in this position? Why is getting to Ayodhya Puri is being so dull? And Bharat is inquiring again and again. Whilst they reach closer to the city of Ayodhya, even the horses, it said the animals, they turn away from Bharatji. Sometimes he does not make the action. But because of this arrow that we carry, devotees, Bhagavan has given us a pair of ear. We can hear with one and we can listen with one. You have a pair. He has given us a pair of eyes. If you want to pray and there's any animal or something and any person, you can still close one and keep one open. And you can pray. He gave us a pair of lips, a pair of nostril, a pair of arms, a pair of feet, and one tongue. And the mess some of us make with that one tongue of ours. Even all that I call out just now cannot compensate the actions of this tongue. It is said this when it leaves, it will return. So how you treat people. Life, like, you know, my but they take a laugh and than say these words to me. It hurt me more than beating me with a piece of stick. And Bharat is looking at the condition that the animals, they turn their face away from him. And he's looking at this grim place. Like something had fallen in an ill manner in this wonderful Ayodhya Puri. And as they enter the city, devotees, they just said that everyone, when they saw the chariot coming, they turned their backs on that chariot. No one to see Bharat, the action of the mother, and again, it just said in Manas, the one who takes this tongue and blames Mata Kekehi for what took place will not see the face of Bhagwan. She's not responsible. It is the action of Bhagwan, that promises he made when he was in the form of Vishnu Bhagwan to the saints and sages that I will visit each and every one of you when I take this form of Shridhar. Why did he go to the forest, devotees? You have a whole palace to live in. And you left all of that. And you went to the forest. Why does Mantra, this servant of Mata Kekahi, ponder in her head that the moment Shri Ram becomes the king of Ayodhya, you will become a slave? Sounds familiar? Sounds like someone come and ponder in your ears and say things? Mantra Rahunchpak, the one with the little hunch in her back, she went. Why did she say that? Shri Ram went to Mata Saraswati and he prayed. He said, Mata, I need you to go and twist, go into the air of Mantra and twist her tongue. Everything that she had to say positive should be negative. I have a duty to perform. Earlier I said, all of us have a duty to do this. He said, I have a duty to perform, and the more I stay in Ayodhya Puri, my duty will not be performed. He said, go into the air of mantra, and everything she go to say, twist tongue. Whatever it is we say in the right way, twist it, doesn't leave in the wrong way. That was the reason for Shri Ram to go to the forest Bambas. Explain that. And everyone is blaming Mata Kiki in Ayodhya Puri. The two boons, one, that Shri Ram goes to the forest, and the second boon, that Bharatji becomes the king of Ayodhya. All this was given to her early on, devotees. And when they came into Ayodhya Puri, only Mata Kiki had a Tali authority waiting to accommodate them. Everyone else turned their back. They said that a lot of things happened, devotees. When they entered that courtyard of Mata Kiki, and Bharat is asking her, Ma, why is everyone turning away from me? Why only you, as the stali of Arti, waiting to accommodate me? Why is everyone else not being accommodated like before? Did I do something wrong? Why did Guruji send for me? Should I remain by Nana? All these questions he's asking. And she don't know how to answer. All she said, Bharatji, don't worry. I put everything in place for you. So they said that when everything was said and done, and she related everything that took place, Bharat had said some insultive things to her devotees. Some insultive things that Tulsi Das Ji said that a son should never say to a mother. Especially a son. Why? Because the son is the lineage of that family, and he should not insult the mother. Out of all that he said, I will only use one devotee. It's not nice to say. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. This family is in a dismay. He said, Mata, why didn't you take some salt when I was a baby and put it in my tongue? Let me die. Than to face this day. Bharat, he insulted his mother. And Satruhan took his foot and he stamped on the hunch of the back of Mantra, and it became straight. Ek baar bolo Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Devotees. They left the courtyard of Mata Kekehi and went into that courtyard of Kaushalya Mata. And when the two entered the quarters, she saw Shri Ram and Lakshmi. It is said that Mata Kaushalya spoke words of wisdom. She sit with Bharat and she explained out of the Puranas and the Vedas, the innocent words that was straightforward, that understanding what took place in the soul, that your father passed away, Bharatji, and there is duties to perform. The love between a mother and a son, it is said during the course of that night, when Bharat put his head on the chest of Mata Kaushalya, milk came out her breast and went into his mouth. The love for a son. Whilst all the conversation was taking place, the whole night they wait together, all three. Mata Kaushalya, Bharat, and Satruhan. When the morning came, the time for being in this mode of crying and that feeling sorry for yourself, that time has come to change. You have a duty to perform. You have to take that courage, Bharat. And today, on this occasion, you need to stand firm. Remember I said earlier, you have to put on a heart like a pattar, like a stone. Take that opportunity, Bharat, and be firm. Do your duty. Bharat, he got up from where he was, and he said to his Guru, Guruji, whatever you command me to do, ask me. We have to beg and ask devotees. When we go to the funeral, when we go to do bandara, when we go to do shrad, uttam, madhyam, we have to beg children to do these offerings on behalf of their parents. Mother and father mind you, even before you were born from the womb. And when you come into the school, so many years they spend, sometimes eating on a table, they feeding a child. The child do numbers and out of the same food they eat. And for one lunar year, it is asked to undertake this duty, and I say, Baba, I can't do that. Bharat say, Guruji, you ordered me to do whatever is possible, and I will do it without asking a question. It is said that morning, the king body was taken out of that boat of oil. It was bead. And according to Vedic rites, it was prepared to go on that pyre. They said that that pyre was built like steps to the abode of Vishnu Bhagavan. On that day, something happened in devotees. Mata Kausilya had broken that ties of when her husband passed away and is placed on a chitta. The wife goes on a chitta alive and says, and is also cremated. She broke that. Ramcharitmanas said that on that day, Mata Kausilya said, I need to see Shri Ram one more time. Everything was put in place, devotees. The cremation took place. The rites was taken place through the medium of Bharat and Shatrughan, through Vedic and Puranic rites. The Dasgat ceremony, the 10th day ceremony, devotees, was done through the medium of the Smriti text. The offerings on the 10th day. You know, devotees sometimes get a bit carried away under the Dasgat ceremony. And many a times you hear people say, you can't cook the food. I want to ask a question. The Dasgat is coming up. All who don't live at this home, and you come and eat and walk around, what's to do with the food? The family, the extended family, they can come. Don't invite a whole set of people. We can't do that. And that makes us lock us down. But that is what we used to do, invite the whole community. That food is Merlene. What's the meaning of Merlene? Simple. Baba, the food nasty, no? This home is going through what we call Sutak, the Sutira home. On the day of the 10th day. That's why I will walk with my water. The only gift that the Brahmin gives to the home when someone passed away is come and read the text. You don't give gift, you don't receive gift. And the Brahmins who come to the home and receive gift, they will pay their penalty. This home is impure because of Sutak. There's only twice, and I shouldn't say twice, but twice it happens in home. When a child born, that home is in Sutak, it is Shrutihar. And when someone passed away, the same thing happens. But for different span of times. I don't know. My elder here, Mr. Hari Pasar, I come and call him Bonan. Maybe he can tell us through his experience that long ago when I know his son don't have a daughter, all his daughters. But I remember in the days of my grandfather when mommy tell me when they had babies in the house, Nana will not take water unless 41 days don't pass from their daughter-in-laws. The father-in-law don't receive water today. That black and white is seen it. Sometimes. Sorry to say it, but it's true. We have something called Barahi and Chatti, and sometimes it's called Barashi and Barahi and alternative. And certain things have happened in the 40s. Jenny. I want us to understand, devotees, this pathway of dharma that we're supposed to follow, we are not. You know when we follow it? When we have puja in our home, and Baba walking the door with it. All the fasting is there. I'm not saying you want it. Please, if I'm saying anything, please forgive me. But it happens, as Pandit Monish, she will tell you, myself, Pandit Vishal, Pandit Rajesh, we will tell you all. When we go homes, the dog like go, the gate closed, I say, Baba, come now. Long ago, I remember my guru, before being my guru, coming to do puja, back on the hill, right by Ramsplot. And he had to walk along the mud trees. I had to come and walk along the path. And probably because of that, I'm here today. Because of the guidance of my elders, my parents, all the teachers I had in life, and my guru, I had the opportunity to take this hand and wash his feet before he do puja. And then walk back out and go by Ramsplot Mother house and wash his feet again. And put him in his cattle room. Ek baar bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal teacher. Devotees is kata teach us so much. That on this 10-day ceremony, and another thing about the 10-day ceremony says, you will look for a figure, just 6 o'clock, you'll food. Today we suffer for food in this world, not this country. Devotees, the food tend to, what can I say? Look at some of the language that we used to understand. The foods are not done. No, Central have to laugh. The channel look fun. 7 o'clock in the morning, so by 6 o'clock in the evening, don't have to start a front up, it's not done, as we say. See what you put Baba talking at the time. But our food, it started to spoil devotees. We're not supposed to consume that. Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamas. And since I can tell you, a mother and getting up early in the morning to cook. When they had to go in the kitchen and to cook. 4 o'clock morning, by 5, half past 5, everybody don't eat in the house. But what are you saying? Then try to get up to 9 o'clock in the morning. By 10, 11 o'clock, you're not eating enough food because they don't get cold. After lunch, if you eat that. So, between 5 and 7 in the morning, 8 o'clock for a matter, the food remains as sattvic. After 8 until 11 o'clock, it becomes rajasic because it gets cold. And the afternoon, now we're going to 3, 4 in the evening, you can't eat that food again. It becomes tamasic. And that's what we're eating. Because we have a little pretty machine in our home, in the kitchen. We take out from one and we put another. When you hear pling, food ready. Isn't that happening? Somebody say, yeah, Baba, that's true. It happens, devotees. And that's why we are in this position. Our lives get too busy with everything and forgetting our culture, our tradition, our scriptural injunction, our spirituality. And Bharat said, just order me what to do. And these 10. They just said that Bharat perform all these actions. The Mahapatra. Mahapatra? Maha is what? Where's your daughter, son? You know that? Maha means great, Patar means rock. Those two nobulas. He said, and we say Mahapatar. I was wrong, devotees. The one who takes that impurity from our home. Why do we give slippers? We give lamp, we give umbrella, pillow. We give what we can give. Why? Anybody question that? Wow, you never question that. It is given to the Mahapat to take the Merlene from that home. And if it's once in the year he wear the slippers, or even take the umbrella and come out in the sun or the rain, or he take that sponge long ago, we never get sponge. You see, give us trauma. I'm not that old, but being around the elders, I learn those things. You see, give us trauma. I think some people still have trauma in their home. We use these things one time, at least within the year. Why? The 16 cities that plate have to travel. Some cities don't have light. The sun is so hot, the sun is stinging, you have to wear the slipper. That's the reason for the Mahapat wearing these things, devotees. Once for the year. He takes that Merlene. When Mahapaji comes and he goes to that well, no, I don't know what I'm going to do this in these days. The only place we have is the car park of the Orange Valley Vishnu Mandir. I don't know on this side where you all live with this restriction and so forth. When he goes to that place, he don't come back to the street. He don't pass in front of that home within that 10 day and that 13 day. Why? Because if he passes it, Merlene will come back. We have to understand the scriptures before we give the guidelines. When the Mahaprabhu do these offerings, devotees, these go with him. The food is cooked. He don't come to collect the food here. The Baba, not the Baba like me and Munishri. The Baba who come and if the lady's nails is not cut, well, these days we have some nails there, I show we got to cut it. Right? We better use brush cutter or something to cut it because so many nails and they cook in takari and all kind of things for the but Shishaji, you see, this Baba more than Hana Pavina. Let's see why I have to see when it comes to Katha. And sometimes people will like me and they will not like me. Jai Bhagavan. I say what comes out of Katha. I don't say it because I want to insult someone. And I say it to offend anyone. Please forgive me. But these are the things prescribed to do. And Bharat has given, now we start calling devotees. Bharat has given so many things, starting with cow. Don't give me no cow, because I can't mind. I not do no Gauda, I can only have one time. Right? We go and we do Gaudan, and by the time Gaudan finishing, the butcher come and reverse the pan and load it up and go. Not right. The karma karta and the one who receiving, the doer and the giver. The receiver and the giver. The one who giving and the one who receiving. If you does not do the correct thing, happen to both of them. On the 5.5 month to 6 month, they are advised to do Gauda because of the Vaitharani river. Of course. But the Baba who is going to do that Gauda, is he going to take care of the cow? I question. Impurities of Kali. There's 5 impurities of Kali. First one start with gold, Sona. Gold has a balance of negative and positive. You want to know what the balance? I could tell you. No, Baba, don't tell me. The positive is when you take a piece of gold, you go to the gold center and make a cow. Carve out that cow with the gold and give it to Baba. When you do if you don't do the 6.5, well, we either do 5.5 to 6 months. We do the Uttam Shoreshi, the 1 year, between 11.5 and 12 months. Give it to the Baba. That is the positive side. You know what's the negative side? The lady said the Bira would have been the son on how we don't have it. Sounds familiar? The lamb supposed to give to the second son, the eldest one was only supposed to get the car. That's what we do with the family. That is what we consider children and parents to be devotees. Wrong. Sona, first, impurity of the age of Kali. Second, impurity. Alcoholism. Just said it. Daughter-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, sister-in-law, and our family are drinking together. There are 2 puppies. Is it, Nimada? And we just talk about Spanish in the country. We have a bottle of Spanish stay on top of the table. I think it's Jose and the title is Quivo something, right? He just be on the table too. Impurity of the age of Kali. That's another one, the second one. The third one, gambling. I know in our village, our son and father gamble together. And they can have mantra areas here, devotees. On a donation, I and Patricia G and Sylvie can't on the different side. So, right street, the right country, the country there? Sona.
Yeah.
Alcoholism. Gambling, where's your too? Somebody tell me. Prostitution. Somebody go to that. Impurity of the age of Kali, prostitution is the 4th. And the 5th, extreme poverty, devotees. Someone who does not know where the next meal will come from. Impurity of the age of Kali. And this is what's happening. Bharat devotees has given. I don't want to go. Bharat has given cow, he has given horses, he has given elephants, he has given carriages, he has given throne, ornament, costume, food grain, land, money, houses. He has given all this to the one who was worthy to it. He has given gift to the Brahman. Gift is only not given to the Brahman, gift to the one who is worthy of it. And gifts has been given to the Brahman. Ramcharitmanas, Doha 170, Ayodhya Khan. Check it yourself. And the fourth chaupai following Doha 169. Doha 4 after chaupai 4 after Doha 169 and Doha 170 tells you of what Bharat has given. Why did he give so much devotees? No, Baba tell him we have to give. He gave because he was a prince. He was living in a kingdom. He gave what he could afford. You hang your hat with hand. You don't have to cook 25 takari. And he must stand in the street, Murga, Murgia, cook that too. And they said, that would be other thing that too. EJ? Dakure. The stairs of Dakure is got all thing on the 10th day. Devotees, Bharat gave what was possible. And he gave what he could afford. Give what you can afford. Do let no demands come to you. Mahapat is here. I could say it in front of him. We don't demand. There's a list of certain things to be given. Most of it is to collect like flowers and all these things to do the offerings. But give what you can. The time of the Mahapat, at least respect that he's leaving his home, he's coming to do his offering. Give something that will be compensation for his time and effort. Make it. It is said that Bharat, he made everyone happy. We can make everybody happy with this. We can make 25 and 29 and 21 Siddha. Make for your Baba who come in, and if you believe to give another Baba, make one or two. So, Bhagwan will fix it if you make one Siddha. That's how I can afford. He had given to the best of his ability. And when everything was done, devotees, I really want to close and cut here because I want to go to Quran a little bit and Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is said that when all these things was done and given, Bharat found himself in a disposition. He started to cry. He found himself in this position where he pitied Raja Dasrath. And his guru was standing there. He felt sorry for his father that the time was so short and he went. He said, Bharat, do not pity. Do not pity that of that Raja Dasrath. There was none like Raja Dasrath before him. In his time now, it was only him, and there will never be none to come like him. He was the one and only. He did the best he can do for his people. You do not pity him. You know who to pity? This one hit me and Pandit Maheshwara. Pity the Brahman who does not read the scripture and explain to everyone, who share the knowledge to one and all how to live. Pity that of the Kshatriya who does not defend his country and his community. I told you I'm coming to caste system, I'd like to go into it. Pity that of the Vaishnava, who is the merchant, who fist is full with money and does not give something in charity. And pity the Shudra, who learn a little and want to insult their Brahman. I wouldn't go further into the caste system, but I'll tell you what Guru Vashish said to Bharatji, pity this four. And the rest, I will not go wrong there in devotees. He said, don't pity Raja Dasrath. Give what you can give devotees. Someone come to your home, don't turn away someone who is hungry. What gets to do every day? Mr. Harprasad will say, go for my son in the house. We have 5-year gap, 100 year to do every single day devotees. I speak of The 5 impurities of the age of Kali? 5 years. First year, with 3 years. Every day we're supposed to offer Tilanjali to our ancestors. Why? Baba tell me to do it, tell me why. If not for them, we would have never been here. We owe it to them, devotees. Because of our foreparents. You think Merlene, mother and grandmother and great-grandmother and grandfather and great-grandfather came here just because Bhagwan said to come? There was a reason for them to be here. For us to be in this Mrityu look. We owe it to them to do that offerings in the morning. I do it very simple. Look for a clean place, 5 handful of Tilanjali, and you offer. You don't have to have black thing, you don't have to have white plate, you don't have to have white cloth. A little bit of clean water, devotees. Sadhama, Swaha. 5 times. How long that will take? But it is 2 minutes. Our second year. Offer out of jug like that here. Read the script. Devotees, Ejika tell me, and Pandit Munishwar was here to tell you Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The most simplest of all the scriptures to read is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Read one verse, devotees, out of a whole chapter, one verse, and keep reading if you can't read anything else. On appearance. Still in the third. On appearance. Honor elders. So first, Pitri, second, Devata. Third, studying of the scripture and honoring your parents and elders. Honoring your Guru. That's 3. We go on to 4th. Offering of food to an animal. That's your 4th year. How long will it take to put some food on the feet? House if a bird, or if a dog, or if a beggar who comes. Atiti Devo Baba, the 5th. Whichever guest come through your gate, devotees, you don't know which form, but one you take and communion. Treat your guests like God. Give what you can give. Don't give what you can't give. But treat your guests like God. Ensure that they leave your home happy. The 5 years and the offerings that brought me. Devotees, I spoke too much tonight. I asked Vijay to chant a little bit, I can't chant it. Because I work for drama, so I was thinking my drama. But we can't do that. So tonight, Sylvie will chant for us a little bit. I will chant a little bit afterwards. But I want to go into a little bit of the look around for us to understand a little bit of the offerings devotees. What we should and should not do. Ek baar bolo Shri Ayodhyapati Ramachandra ki. Push me to the edge. We saw around my generator. एक बार बोल श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. There is a verse out of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in that bhajan. It is here. Chapter 18, verse 60 devotees. Sarva dharma parityagya mam eka sarvana vraja aham pa papibhyo mokshayishyami ma shiksha. Bhajan of Bhagavad Gita devotees. The wonderful teaching of Bhagavan. Tonight devotees out of Srimad, this wonderful Garuda Mahapuran. Many things is listed in this wonderful Puran. Where Garuda, that vulture, that bird, asked Vishnu Bhagavan questions when it comes to death. You read too much, I say, you can't sleep. If you read plenty of this, you would be able to sleep. So I wouldn't read too much, so you will be able to sleep and I will be able to sleep. Bhagavan Sri Vishnu was asked about these last rites by Garuda. Garudaji is asking, why is all these things so important? What is the meaning of these offerings? Why do we add these black till, what is locally called sesame seeds? Why is all these things offered? Is it that this black till, is it only for the rites of death? It's not for the rites of death. It's for everything that we do puja. The three most sanctified things in puja devotees is gubar, black till, and pushras. The most three sanctified things when it comes to puja. We were not supposed to make pint with mango leaf, but it's easier. We were supposed to take 2 pieces of kush grass and have it put on this finger in puja. In Shraddha, 2 pieces here, 2 pieces here, and 3 pieces here. But if you have gold ring, I do have, right? If you have gold ring in this hand, it's okay. So now, the positive side of gold is if you have gold in this finger and you have in this finger, the 2 ring fingers, you don't need puja and shraddha devotees. It is prescribed in the Quran. 3 pieces of pushkas needed to arrange for you. 2 for here. 2 for here. Black till is very, very auspicious. Every one of our offerings, it sanctifies the place. Gubar sanctified, black till sanctified. Pushkas is what we should be using. The merits it brings is the cleansing of our place of worship. Donation should be also given, be it gold, be it money. Money will be allocated to help in situations like these. Is asking Bhagavan Shri Hari Vishnu. So all this you are telling me is important to the individual and the individual soul that went. Of course it is important. It is important for these rites to be done because when that departed leave, it is not Atma anymore. It is Prit. Why it becomes Atma? When it is embodied, it is Atma. When it leaves this body, it becomes Prit because it doesn't have a body. Through our offerings for the 1 lunar year, take a size of a thumb. That is not a complete body devotees. The Atma takes a body the size of a thumb and travel. And I show my other colleagues who come and speak of that. It becomes Prit. It remains in Prithood. When that 1 lunar year, and not solar year, 1 lunar year is observed, and the offerings is done, then that Prit goes into Pitrihood. It becomes one with our ancestors for a period of time before it is judged to come back either on Mrityulok, Swaralok, or Narak, Patalok. Why am I saying all those devotees? You see the spare hands we have? It is our destiny. You are doing the offering prayer? Very good. I'll explain something to you and the rest of them will listen to you. Right? When you take this pair of hands and you offer that Tilanjali and Pinda, you are doing. You are the Kankarta. You are doing. You are making that. You are preparing that further for your own Atma. Not for anyone else. The Atma that is already gone, you are just asking Bhagavan, you are making an appeal to clear up negativity. Those hurdles in the way of that way. It is not Bhagavan anymore. The spirit now. It is not an embodied soul to be Atma. It becomes spirit. That travel through the 16 cities. And the time will come, you see Baba will come and you have to offer 16 pinda. And then 16 tennis ball and 1 tennis ball separate, bigger pin. And then you will have what we call the Loha. Anybody know what Loha? There will be 4 make like Loha. And it is not a body devotees. It is a Vedi. The first pinda is offered to who? Vishnu Bhagavan. Out of the 16 pinda that is offered on the lower Vedi, you know, I shouldn't say these things. Bhagavan will deal with everything. But just for the knowledge and reminder for me. The first pinda is offered to Vishnu Bhagavan. The second is to Shankar Bhagavan. The third is to Yamraj. That if that prey reach into Yampur, you are offering up and down on its behalf already. You are doing that with your hands. You will reap that benefit. And that Atma, that prey, will reap some of the benefits. The first 11, and then it have 5 more. So that makes up 16. Then the Bikar pin, Baba will make you offer that in a kuali, a katara leaf, one side with 2 pieces of pushkas and some till. That is given to the ones who did not have no one to do any offering. So they will not disturb your offerings. They will take that and go. Those are what we call eligible. Common English language. I shouldn't say common English. Yeah, I should say common English. Not the Queen's English, because we do speak Queen's English. We speak common English. That is an energy ball that is made out of, what is made out of? Anybody know? I don't know anymore, so you have to tell me no. I answer plenty of the questions, so if I ask now, Chinese, somebody should be able to answer me no. Right. So I hear Bihari say, excuse for Bihari. He will never change, and I will never change for the people we are. But Patricia will tell you, we will never change. But the English, she will tell you, we will never change. And the eldest of them also will tell you that we will never change from being who we are, or who you are, somebody else, except 2 of them. Black tin. That's 2. Honey. 3. Milk. 4, 3, 5. And you could do the addition. But those are the 5 items. Right? So tonight, who didn't know? You know. I didn't know. But the offering of these Pinda devotees helps that 16 Pindais for the 16 cities of Narak. If that soul have to travel that way, it will help energy in all the cities. The first city is, and I will stop ready, Rau. One of the most devious city that is read out of Garud Puran, Rau. He might be a whole country where he's a city. Will make it fun of my prime minister. So that offering of those Pindas devotees, and Baba will explain that to you guys on that, the offering and so forth. These offering of these Pindas is for the reason of removing the negativity in the way of that travel. Devotees, it is said here that in the return to the home, there are certain offerings to be done after the 10th ceremony. And there are certain things that you will have to touch because it is, say, unhygienic. We know it is sutta. And all these offerings should be done. These things are touched, and you come inside. On that of your bandara, Madhyam Shulashi, these offerings is done devotees. And it is explained to you through the medium of the officiating Vyas. For that day, he will explain those things to you. I will not go into those details, but just for us to understand that Garud Mahapuran speaks of everything that is done, even here devotees. You know, sometimes if we get scriptural injunction, we can at least speak of it. It is said here that after the cremation, this one was it uncle under the belt. The ladies walk in front. How many times here ladies can go to cremation? The ladies walk in front, and then the others follow, and the men. And they come and they touch the kush grass and so forth. Baba said we can't go to the funeral. Why does the mother of the home who are elderly of the home remain in the home? Because if any guests remain in the home, they will take care of them. They will entertain them in the sense, not entertain with that color, but entertain in the sense of being there for them. So devotees, little touch out of Garud Puran tonight. Don't touch too much because I'm trying to work with a time frame here. Not for you to get bored of Baba reading and say Baba go home. But you all are going through that of Sutta devotees. As I said, your Nitya Karam is suspended. There is Nitya Karam, there is Kamya Karam, and there is Naimitic. Nitya Karam is suspended during the course of Sutta. Kamya Karam, the desire that comes to the mind to do yagya, puja, wedding, so forth. Kamya Karam. Naimitic is what we observe in the mandir. Mahashivratri, Navratri, Saraswati Jayanti, and all these things. Diwali celebration is offered. It is observed in the home, also in the mandir. That is the Naimitic. So that is on what we call on the tree, series of three. Those, and I spoke of the series of 5 a few moments ago. So devotees, these things are done. So your Nitya Karam is suspended until your Bandara is concluded. When that is concluded, you go back to normalcy. In the sense of doing the Hawan home, you can't plan Jandi for the next year, you can't build no house. But if you're sleeping and the governor is over the bed loose, you can fix that. Right? No stay and get wet in the night. Say Baba say you can't do nothing on the sheet. Say Baba say you can't do nothing. So if it leaks, I will put a bowl on the side of the bed and I'll turn it next side. And when this other leave, I would go on the side, we have that bowl and after the next bowl. So yeah. You have to understand what the scriptures tell us. These simple things can be done, but nothing major until the 1 year that Uttam Shodashi is done. Devotees tonight. Before I should just go into one, I already wanted to one, but Dashi sang it also. But tonight, devotees, the chanting of bhajan kirtan is important. It is important when we chant to him through the medium of that prayer. Tonight, I will sing very, very simple. I'm a syndrome, I'm a syndrome, so I have problems. It's the first time I'm reading Sada, as we say, right? And I think I make a very good effort in being at this point. So devotees, I ask one and all to join with me, seeking the blessings of that 16-syllable mantra. We all join together and chant. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Ayodhyapati Ramachandra ki Jai, Sharanam Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Sharanam. Devotees, seeking the blessings of Bhagavan Shri Krishna to do at least one sort of Bhagavad Gita. We join together and chant. Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
Shri Krishna Sharanam Shri Krishna Sharanam
Natarvasayati Suryo Nashashankuna Yadgatvana Nirvantante Tadhamam Paramamama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
Shri Krishna Sharanam
Shri Krishna Sharanam Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai Sharanam Natarvasayati Suryo Na Shashanko Na Pavaka Yaggatva Nirvantante Tadhamam Paramam Natarvasayati Suryo Surya Nashashankho, the moon, Chandrama, Na Pavakaha, the fire. It is said that neither a moon nor a sun nor even fire can burn the Atma. That Atma is self-sufficient devotees. It is a spark of divinity of the Paramatma. And Bhagavan Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Arjuna was just in media. That was told to Arjuna for us to do not understand. He said, Arjuna, neither the sun nor the moon nor the fire can illumine or burn that Atma. This supreme self-efficient state, this Atma, this what we call now the Prit, when that attain my abode, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. He said, when this Atma attain my abode, it does not return to Mrityu. Does it happen? Can it happen? Of course. If our thoughts are the last moment of death, devotees, you know, it's not a shopkeeper. So trying to go up a shopkeeper, right? Mr. Son Mangra. Magas, not this one. Mr. Arjun Munisa, Mr. Vikram Bhutan, and who Nama Gunara shop, right? 4 sons. So you give them good names. Ram, Krishna, Shiva, Shankar. The Guru told him that at the moment of death, if you call Bhagwan name, you will go to his abode. The moment for his death was coming. So he asked, where's Ram? He said, I'm standing right at your head. For a line on a bed. He said, where's Krishna? He said, I'm at your right hand. He said, where's Shiva? He said, I'm at your left hand. He said, where's Shankar? He said, well, I have to feet. He said, who's in the shop? At the moment of death, he still studied the shop. Attachment devotees, this web of life that we get knitted to, it takes away from us. It puts us at our disposition. When we get caught up in the samsara's bhausagar, this is mine, that is yours. Happen to all of us. Not your happy people, all of us happen to. I want this piece of gold looking good. I want one like it. Only if I back off, I'm putting my hair much deeper, I'm putting here. They just said that when we are in happiness, we'll be too joyful. And when we are in sadness, we'll drown ourselves in the sadness. It will last forever. Everything have a span devotees. This sutak that you all are going through, it will come to pass. I am not saying that that void in your heart will be filled, but the suit will come to pass. Life will have to go on. We have to learn to live with that. Baba Munish and I met to bronze after stone heart and do what we have to do. But it does not mean it will affect us. It does. When you see family members and devotees, it is said that crying over the box is not recommended. We are holding that Atma fund, traveling. When we hold and, Mary told me she went to that for our own home. And they wanted to hold on the box and really go. And when they went to the people, I was also, even if I told them, I wouldn't do, right? Our young colleague from Narration, still dressed for the funeral. He does puja for the aunt. So she asked to come and do the funeral for this sister. So this is no problem. And when he went down, Budus took the funeral down to the creek. And all who did not want to let go the hearse and let go the box and all that thing, when he had them put the coffin to the fire, he said, all who cannot be touched now, come. The go is for free, we wouldn't charge away. Start mountain.